Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 2, the Enhanced Edition, The Shadows of Arm. And when last we left off, we're currently in the Pit of the Faithless, trying to find the secret way into the Beholder's treasure area, where we can find the second half of the rod. We've dealt with all the undead that called this place home, and we have quite a few items that need identifying. Edwina should be able to figure out some of them, so we'll pass over the more significant magic items and this ammunition here. There we go. Let's see what these are. These are bullets +2, and Vaconia can make use of them. These are darts of wounding, and they can go right here. This is a suit of leather armour we don't know the identity of. These are gauntlets that we don't know the identity of. This is a two-handed sword +1 and a two-handed sword +1. You can hold on to them for now, Dawn. Let's have a look at these, shall we? Starting with this. Skin of the Ghoul +4. A clever thief, Damien One Knife, always tried to gain from the assets of his enemies, no matter the circumstances. After an intense battle with several ghouls in which 2 of his companions perished, Damien decided to even the odds in future encounters. He skinned one of the undead creatures and brought the hide to a halfling armourer talented in enchanting leather. When the suit was finished, it was magically protective against physical attacks and paralysis. Not very epic, perhaps, but practical. Equipped abilities, save versus death +3. That's really good. Armor class 4 is also rather impressive. Let's compare it to this armor. This is also armor class +4, but we're not really using the hide in shadows ability. So we'll switch this up. The save versus death will be really useful, and we'll just dump this off in this. Or we won't, because it's full. Well, that's worrying. We're going to have to sell things when we're done with this adventure. What about this? The Brawling Hands, Gauntlets of Dexterity. This pair of gauntlets was likely developed in Karatur to aid masters of the martial arts. Legends speak of such masters from the Far East bringing these items with them on their journeys, though details remain sketchy. Equipped abilities, Dexterity 18. That's really useful. Terri doesn't need that, though. You could use it, and you could also use it. The armor class increase would be quite handy. Let's give these over to you. Your armor class is -3. It's now -6. That is pretty awesome. Alternatively, we can improve your armor class substantially and make your armor class -6. You know what? We will make your armor class -6. Because you are likely going to be the tank, as it were, in our party, due to the fact that you can use shields. Having an armor class of -6 is really handy. There we go. With that out of the way, we're going to save, and we're going to carry on exploring. -6 armor class, that's really impressive in general. Let's move on. Out of here, and further on in this direction. Any enemies for us to deal with? Hopefully not, though I imagine there'll be some. You might as well start detecting traps, just in case there are any more we need to find. And there are some undead to deal with, quite a few of them. We have a pair of gauths and 2 mummies. Shouldn't be that difficult to deal with, though, especially with our improved armor class. And there is another mummy over there, so 3 mummies and 2 gauths. In Baldur's Gate 1 this would have been a terrifyingly difficult encounter. It just goes to show how much more powerful we are already after just a few levels. Our equipment is really good as well, that definitely does help. -6 armor class for Korgan? He's going to be untouchable by some enemies, and his armor class is likely going to get even better.
Yes,
I think a little bit of healing is needed here. Dawn isn't looking too great. There we go. Time to move on. Now we can go this way, and apparently that leads to the area we want to go. We can only hope. Let's go. Here is a sinister-looking place indeed. I suppose we're going to loot this and find out what's inside. The answer is a Conjure Lesser Fire Elemental, an aquamarine gem, and some bolts. None of that is especially useful to us right now, so we're going to move you out of the way and loot here. There we go.
Yes.
This place is just really nasty, and it's going to be difficult to navigate, especially when you consider that it's quite large and there are going to be gauths in here. I'm going to save. There's a good chance we're going to die in here.
Nothing to it.
Okay. Be careful of, well, there's something we can look at. Be careful of traps, and we are looking for them. Good. What is in here? Let's have a quick look. Oh, there's a gauth. Back up right now. Now those sort of fire off randomly, but they can hit even through walls once they're fired off, which is really bad. The gauth will come round the corner,
Labor will help.
eventually. Or maybe not. I'd much rather the gauth didn't come round the corner, because then we can wait out the encounter.
Leave me be.
We could send a fire elemental round the corner. We could send a summoned monster round the corner. Maybe a bear? Can we summon a bear? Something more sinister and terrifying? Or 2 ogres. The ogres may do something. They probably won't do something. We don't even know where the gauth is. Oh no, they're going to attack the gauth. The gauth is there. Right. And that is a paralyze spell and Korgan. Let's send Dawn over right now and see if we can quickly take it. Well, that's unfortunate. That's definitely unfortunate. Korgan has been slowed, not paralyzed. That's important. Unfortunately, it's going to take him a long time to get over there, and there might, well, that is one defeated foe. This is going to be a tricky location. Very tricky indeed. We might have to take this very slow and steady. Fortunately, when we were told that we might need to hurry up, we actually don't need to hurry up. We can take as long as we need to in dealing with this. And that's a really good thing. That's a really good thing. The gauths are just really hard. I don't think we encounter gauths or beholders for a long time after this area. And the next time we do, we're much better equipped and have far higher levels so that we can more easily dispatch them. Shall we rest? Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? That's very unfortunate because there is a gauth right there.
You are lucky.
Well, we might want to go back to the previous area if we want to go and take care of anything, like resting. Please don't kill Korgan. Fortunately, we are... Oh dear! That's really bad. Can you drink that and run away? The attacks are just randomly fired out everywhere, which makes the gauths really tricky to deal with. Really tricky. Now, we don't really have much else we can use. We do have this wand of magic missiles. It may end up being our only hope here. Fortunately, you are quite scared, which is useful.
What is it now?
And you're gone.
Kill it quick before they're all gone.
Oh, don't worry, we killed it, Lillicor. I'm very glad that we killed it. Very glad indeed.
I will tolerate
Unfortunately,
only so
with
much.
you being held and everything
Sure,
else,
guides
we
my
have a
hand.
minor problem. We could cast Remove Paralysis, and we will.
Potentis.
We had to deal with the gauth first. There we go. Now, most of us are able to do stuff.
Nothing to it.
Keyword most of us.
Very well.
You've got that over your head, and you were moving slow. I feel like leaving and resting here is a good plan. At the very least, if we rest here, we're not going to be attacked by a gauth
Leave me
if
be.
we are ambushed. We'll have to just very slowly creep through this really sinister and organic-looking dungeon. Very slowly.
Now, let's kill.
We will be killing, don't worry, Lillicor. There are enemies that definitely are going to be trying to kill us. And all this just to try and loot here. The thing in here had better be worth it. It might not be. And there might be more than one gauth. And then there are 5 more gauths here. But no, it would seem like there are not 5 more gauths. Creep forward.
Of course.
Look in there. In here is a ring.
Yeah,
That's it.
if that's what you want.
What good killing ground.
Now,
Yes.
we could go down, or we could go up. Going up might be a decent idea, just to see if we can avoid a fight. We probably can't avoid any fights, though. Small open area there. Nothing over here. I imagine the middle of this area is going to be where the leader of the cult is. There's something up there, but we can't get access to over there. At least it would seem right now. Anyone here? If there is, I don't want to know. Forward we go. No one. You know, no one being here is actually more worrying than enemies being here. Up here? There's a corridor that leads back to this area that I could very briefly see. Hopefully this is where we need to go. It won't be where we need to go, is it? There's something. There's something we can loot. Any enemies? Oh! Well, that's unfortunate. There's a beholder. The beholder being here is going to be a huge problem. Literally.
What is it now?
This could be the end of the party. I'm just saying, it could be. Could very well be. Let's see what we can do. We dealt some damage, and look at all the damage that Gorgon just took. Loads. Let's see what we can do. We just need to hit really quickly and hope that we can rush this foe down. Badly damaged and defeated.
I'm waiting.
Running in there was our best bet, most certainly. Here are lots of things, including a halberd. The halberd seems quite useful. We have a protection from acid spell. That also seems quite useful. We'll pass that over to Edwina. You probably can't identify this though, so we'll just identify it. Dragon's Bane +3. This was the weapon of Thorvin Ducal, one of 7 self-proclaimed dragon slayers who spent years railing against what they called an insidious dragon infestation that threatened Faerun. Thorvin had this weapon enchanted at great expense, and used it on many occasions, though of dragons only a single wight has fallen to it. The Dragon Slayers met their match in a cantankerous ancient red who slew the entire group in an epic battle. This weapon did not end up in the beast's hoard, however, as the creature returned to its lair to recuperate, and when it emerged, the field of combat was well scavenged. It is a +3 weapon, but it's +6 in damage versus dragons. That's pretty useful. Can you use these? You can use the protection from acid scroll. And you can probably identify this, yep, as a quarrel of bolts +1. Not bad. Anything else? There are a few gems, and unfortunately we're really running out of space. Really running out of space. I should put some of these in here. Should really organise my inventory a little better.
Yes.
There we go.
Very well.
And there we go.
Tell me
Anything
about
else
that.
here? No. Should we rest here? No. Definitely not.
Nothing to it.
But we could risk it. Let's not risk it. Let's go back to where we know it's at least relatively safe and rest. For a single beholder, that is actually a little easier than fighting a swarm of gauths, because there's only one target. There is, I believe, a shield that was available through some extra merchants that were given away in the pre-order bonus for the game. Well, one of the merchants was. There were merchants that sold items from other games, as it were, and one of them had a really nice item, or it could very well just be a merchant we already have in the game, considering it's the enhanced edition. But the item, I believe, was very expensive, and only really helped one person, and not always. Probably better that we don't have it. Let's do some buffing, and head back into the horrible place that is the headquarters of the Cult of the Unseeing Eye. Back in we go!
Memories.
These are some very unpleasant memories indeed, being in here. A place full of horror and doom. I really want to avoid going into the middle. The middle is probably a poor, poor idea. The main thing that makes it difficult is the fact that our armor class really doesn't help against the rays. And there's not much we can do against the rays.
Yes, of course.
Let's go over here. And hope we don't find any gauths. We're going to find something, I'm sure. Over here is a sort of central looking area over there. I want to avoid that though. Well, time to leave. Look at all that damage. And look at the fact that we're probably doomed right now because Terri has been held in place. A remove paralysis probably won't save her in time. And let's see if we can... nope, she's fine. For some reason, they decided not to come closer. I mean, that's to my benefit, because then I can use some rather sneaky tactics here. Hexat, you're invisible. We need a fire elemental. There we go. And then we need some fireballs to take care of the gauths. There we go. Just need to wait for Edwina to be ready. I'm surprised you can talk, considering the fact that you are effectively being held by the fact that you just summoned. There we go. Right.
I am ready.
We'll move you two forward, and we'll find those gauths. There they are. Would you like to attack? I bet you... Whoa, there are 4 of them. Whoa, there being 4 of them.
What is it now?
Right, I want you to fire a fireball about here. That should be fine. And be careful, because you can get hit. Oh dear. Well, that's unfortunate, because you've been held now. Now, can free action prevent that from affecting you? Yes, it can. Brilliant. I like the fact that that does work that way. Let's move the fireball over to here instead, and see if it will hit those gauths. It will hit the gauths. Great.
What is it now?
We have more of them, though. Let's fire a few more. There we go. Another fireball. One of the gauths is gone. There is a morale failure and panic.
Tolerate only so much.
I'm sure there's an epic fight going on over there, but we can't see it right. Oh dear. I believe the elemental is gone. That's unfortunate. Time to summon a bear or something similar and see how many of those gauths are still around. Just move forward. It is an etacap. Well, it is the creature we have. There are still a few more.
You are lucky. Very good.
You can just stay there for now. You back up. I want you to fire a fireball. We only have one more. We better make this count. There we go. And another gauth is down. Good. You should probably heal Edwina here, because we may have to charge in. We're probably going to have to charge in a moment, because we're out of fireballs. I mean, the gauth is taking poison damage from the etacap. That's something. Let's move forward. And did the etacap just kill the gauth? That's amazing! I didn't know you'd be that effective. That poison damage certainly is useful. Well done, etacap. You're now called Earl, and you shall be in our party forever. I will? Really? No, only until you're summoned away. But for now, you can even get some healing, because you're going to be used to distract any more foes that we find. That took you down from badly injured to injured. That's not too bad. We still haven't found where we need to go, though. Somewhere over here there's going to be some form of secret treasure area. And it's probably not down here, I'm just realizing, because down here is probably doom. Or one foe that we're going to have difficulty defeating. Do you know what? Haste might be a good idea right now. It might be a really good idea right now. Let's use it. And let's rush around the corner and see just how bad this is. Also notice that haste does not work on Edwina because of free action.
Yeah, nothing to it.
Over here is... Let's actually have you scout ahead and find out. Over here is one beholder. Just one. We could rush forward. We could.
I'm waiting.
The worst that could happen is that we'll lose horribly.
Yeah.
That's definitely something that could happen.
What is it now?
Let's go! 3 magic missiles. Rush forward. You barely get any attacks off, and that was a... Whoa! That was a nice selection of hits right there. Well done!
Now, Natha.
I mean, you took a lot of damage, Dawn, but wow! That was impressive. What's in here? Let's have a look. Not a whole lot. Some gold, a few gems, and a secret word. What does secret word do? When this spell is cast at a target creature, it will dispel 1 spell protection of 8th level or lower. Ooh, that's pretty neat. I like that. We'll put all of these in there. And when we come back, folks, we're slowly working our way through the Cult of the Unseeing Eye's base of operations. Are we going to rest here? Probably not. We'll probably go back to the other place and rest there. But when we do rest and come back, we'll deal with this place. Slowly. Very slowly. But we'll deal with it. We may even find that thing we're looking for. Oh, who are we kidding? We probably won't find that thing we're looking for. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later. This place is kind of horrible, isn't it? And difficult. I don't think I've had a single party in this game that hasn't found this place difficult. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Later.